And blessed to be a part of your day. Kevin Miller in the morning at KIDO Talk Radio. We are so happy once again to be back at Eagle High School, promoting our school, securing our future. And why not start off with the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, from our friends at the Eagle High School Premium Blend.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, the home of the brave.
Thank you all. Great job. Appreciate it. And again, we are welcomed and so happy to be here at Eagle High School. That is Premium Blend. We'll be hearing from them throughout the morning. And what a great tribute to education when we're talking about promoting our school, securing our future. Once again, doing this program since the year 2011. John Hart's joining us, activities and academics here at Eagle High School. He's helping us out this morning. Mr. Hartz, thank you for joining us.
It's great to see you, Kevin.
So talk a little bit about Eagle High School, what makes it so special.
Well, I think the Eagle and Star community are both special communities, bringing in great families, great kids, and being part of the hallways here every day is a great experience. I've taught at several schools and been in admin roles at several schools, and this is one of the most special to get to see these kids every day. They have a lot of bright smiles on their faces.
Even so early in the morning, they have bright smiles.
I didn't see that many in here. They can sing, but I didn't see too many bright smiles.
Well, thankfully, this is the radio. So when we talk about education, obviously West Ada is the place to be. We talk about the Eagle Star community, fastest growth in the state. Are you guys seeing a lot of, you guys laugh, and that way we'll know that we're not in the studio, so we love the natural sound. Please talk, have a good time. It's just two adults. Ignore us like you ignore all adults, so no worries about it, please. But the Eagle Star community, West Ada, growing very fast. Any challenges here at Eagle High School?
No, I think we accept the growth. I think we have a good structure in place, ready for even more growth. I think our activities just keep getting better and better as we continue to grow, and we have the right coaches, the right teachers in place to be ready for growth. Our class sizes do get a little bit larger, but the district does a pretty good job of getting us more teachers when that happens, and trying to control that.
Let's talk a little bit about the outside activities here at Eagle. Eagle, like all schools, but particularly Eagle, takes pride in supporting its teams, its activities, the arts. Why is that so important here?
I think the town itself, between Star and Eagle, really do a good job of let's support. This is our place. Let's be very supportive, and it did. Like our actual activities. When you talk about choir band, our dance team, our drama, like those guys, we consistently finish very high in the state in those activities. And then, obviously we had four-time state champion in dance.
Right.
The state title in basketball was phenomenal. We weren't expected to beat Mountain View, and we came out with a huge victory in the state title there. And our crowd support at that state title basketball game was pretty outstanding. So, yeah, we do. We're lucky. We have great community, and they get out and support us.
Easier said than done. You talk about Eagle and Star. That's what I always like about you and Mr. Beck. You always include Star, and for years, Star still is the smallest city in Ada County, but growing as well. There's talk of one day Star will have their own high school and such, but right now with Eagle and doing quite well.
Oh, it's amazing to me how many of our addresses come in through Star, when I'm looking at activities at their addresses, their grades, and different stuff, a lot of our top athletes, top kids in activities happen to come through Star, Idaho. So we're proud of what we have out there.
Mr. Hart's, out there, dude. I love coming to Eagle because it's like a 5-minute ride for me from Star. How did you end up in education?
I started. I was into college about 4 or 5 years, and at one point they were going to kick me out. So they said, "Looks like you're almost ready to be a math teacher."
Right.
They told me to take a few more education classes, and you're in. And I loved my high school experience, and actually, I knew pretty early on that I wanted to coach and teach, so wanted to be around the kids and influence them the way a couple of my great teachers had when I was in high school. So,
well, Mr. Hartz, what would you like to say to people that, education is such a talked about issue? I mean, you're probably at home hanging out, I don't know, going over lessons plans from the old days, like all the great coaches go over tapes and such.
Yeah.
What would you say to people that maybe they don't understand what it takes to teach, or maybe a little skeptical of your great profession?
Well, I think that if they were in the trenches, in the classroom, they would see how much educators care about their kids on a daily basis, and how much that they want to see their kids succeed. And I think it gets, we're talking outside of the area of academics, we're talking in every area of life. I see most of the people I work with around here, they are truly concerned about the welfare of the kids,
right,
in all aspects. And I find it genuine. It makes me proud to say, that when my kids are old enough to go to high school, I'm going to be proud to have them go to a public school like Eagle High School, because of how well I think all these teachers care about kids. So
and again, every school is special, and that's why we've been doing this program for 8 years, thanks to Cap Ed Credit Union, Team Mazda Subaru. But when you have an attachment to the town, when you're the school in the town, I think that's a little different.
Yeah, it's outstanding. We build on it. I just was offered the head football coach job here, and super excited about that. And one of the things that Kevin Plew and John Rohrbacher.
Oh, Plew, I know Plew.
They're our booster guys, and Rohrbacher is. Plew's like a big part of it too, and they're huge on our team, our town, and I love it because our fans rally around that, our kids and our community rally around that, and it's something unique to us. Like people know they've entered Eagle, Idaho. It might be part of the West Ada School District. And no other team in West Ada School District really has that besides us, so it's a cool thing.
It is. Boy, Coach Peterson steps down after many, many years. That's a tough act to follow. Now, I've got a few suggestions, and I know as a coach you never get suggestions. How about bringing back the wishbone?
Okay, we're discussing it. You'd have to talk to our OC, James Clark. But, he's more of a spread guy, but I can definitely work on a package of that for you. He'd throw me a few clips that you like from back in the old Oklahoma days, and show me the plays you want, and we'll see if we can fit it in.
Coach Hartz, Mr. Hartz, thank you.
Okay,
appreciate
great
it,
to
sir.
see you again, Kevin.
Great job. Thank you, and good luck to you. Kevin Miller in the morning here, KIDO Talk Radio. Phone numbers 580-5436, 580-KIDO. Now, if you're just tuning in, and maybe you've caught the program, maybe you haven't caught it on a Friday, we've been promoting our schools, securing our future locally in the Treasure Valley since 2011. Twice a year, over 20 schools a year we go to, and we have the opportunity. Please don't do that. I can hear that when you're adjusting the microphones. And we love it. And it's good, and it's wholesome, and it's really one of those special programs. So you're in for a treat. We also have a lot of big news of the day here. We have the launch of the Joe Biden presidential campaign. If you'd love to talk about that, 580-5436, 580-KIDO. Let's take a listen to Joe Biden from yesterday's big announcement.
Today I'm announcing my candidacy for President of the United States.
I've known Joe over the years. He's not the brightest light bulb in the group, I don't think.
We give Donald Trump 8 years in the White House. he will forever and fundamentally alter the character of this nation.
Well, I think we're calling him Sleepy Joe because I've known him for a while, and he's a pretty sleepy guy.
We are in the battle for the soul of this nation.
He's not going to be able to do the job.
And that's when we heard the words of the President of the United States that stunned the world and shocked the conscience of this nation. He said there were, quote, some very fine people on both sides. Very fine people on both sides?
He's a pretty sleepy guy. He's not going to be able to deal with President Xi, I will tell you. That's a different level of energy and, frankly, intelligence.
Everything that has made America America is at stake.
So I sort of refer to him as Sleepy Joe because a lot of people wanted me to change the word sleepy to something else that rhymes with it.
There you have it. There you have it. So we'll start off with this one at 580-5436, 580-KIDO. Your thoughts on the Biden presidential candidacy. This is the third time he ran in 1988. He ran in 2008. And now he's running in, you want to say 2018, but no. He is running for 2019. Will he or won't he run, business is over, as Joe Biden announced that he is officially running for the presidency yesterday. The former vice president became the 20th candidate to make a bid for the White House in this election cycle. Now, will a third time be a charm? You heard Liberty Linda yesterday. Maybe you didn't. She believes that Joe Biden will beat Donald Trump. She said that. She believes that Joe Biden will beat Donald Trump. Biden made previous attempts, as we've said before, in 1988 and 2008. Now, he's got a nickname, Uncle Joe. He's going to be on all the shows. By the way, since we're Mountain Time, he's probably been on Good Morning America. He's going to be on The View. And then he holds his first campaign event in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on Monday. A good day for Smokin' Joe, a good place for him, where you have 50% of the elected officials Democrats. Tweeting out his video message, Biden writes, "The core values of this nation are standing in the world. Our very democracy is at stake. Everything that has made America is at stake." So, from Eagle High School with Kevin Miller in the morning, what do you make of Biden entering the race? And he's got big poll numbers. By the way, if you look at Drudge, he already is up by 9 points over Donald Trump. I can't see that when you take a look at the previous administration's record, you look at the diversity of the Democratic Party, and you look at polarizing Donald Trump. So we'll throw that argument out for you. In addition to that, we've got a lot of news to talk about here today, and we'll hear more from our friends at Eagle High School. We're just waking up. We love having you with us. Kevin Miller, KIDO Talk Radio.
Things, but I don't know enough about you. Just when I think you're mine, you try a different line. Baby, what can I do? I read the latest news, no buttons on my shoes. My baby, I'm confused about you. You got me in a spin, and what a spin I'm in. 'Cause I don't know enough about you.
Jack of all trades, master of none, isn't it a shame? I'm so sure that you'd be good for me if you'd only play my game.
You know I went to school, and I'm nobody's fool. That is to say, until I met you. I know a little bit about a lot of things, but I don't know enough about you.
Thank you, guys. Outstanding job. Eagle High School here. Kevin Miller in the morning. That is Premium Blend, taking your phone calls about the issues that matter to you, Treasure Valley. Phone numbers 580-5436, 580-KIDO. So we have Joe Biden making it official. Your thoughts, your views on that. That is one topic we are talking about here, looking at some of the trending stuff. I couldn't believe how many people I saw on Facebook, social media last night, went to the Avengers movie. Could be the biggest movie of all time. In fact, they're saying possibly the worldwide premiere of the latest Avengers could top $1 billion this weekend. We'll see how that happens. Presidential politics is what we're talking about. We have the president going to speak at the Air Force Academy, and that's always nice to see the president coming out west. Again, we're doing our very best to make sure we can get the president to Idaho. We'll have more on that coming up. Promoting our schools, securing our future. Kevin Miller in the morning here, so talking a little bit about Joe Biden. Biden has been this way before. He has run, and we've had the montages of Joe making mistakes and Joe doing that. Will that make a difference? And when you look at 20 candidates, that is amazing. When you're looking at this presidential field, over 20 candidates, how will that play out? By the way, if you missed it last night, our great friend Sean Hannity did have President Trump on, and if you missed it, Sean will be playing those clips today. But an exclusive talk, and that's one of the many things we love about Sean Hannity is the idea that he has access to the President of the United States. Here is what the President had to say about a few things.
We're building many sections of wall right now that's under construction right now. And I intend to have by the end of next year over 400 miles of wall. We've renovated a lot of wall already. A lot of the wall was, I'm good at this stuff. That's what I do. And we renovated a lot. We had wall that was falling down but structurally strong or can be strong. So we saved a lot of money. We renovated. We fixed it, and it's much quicker and, frankly, much less expensive.
There we have it, the president talking to Sean Hannity last night. Here's what he had to say about Joe Biden.
He's coming on with some little cute statements about me that he talked about the way the world is today. Well, I'll tell you, the way the world is today is we have a strong military. We have choice for our veterans. They have choice now instead of waiting online all day long, all week long, all month long. They have choice. They can go out to a private doctor. We pay the bill, and they don't have to die.
Traffic and weather together. Let's get you to work safely and on time. KIDO Talk Radio, 107.5 FM, 580 AM. Good morning, Dave. And Kevin Miller in the morning from Eagle High School, promoting our schools, securing our future, taking your calls about the issues that matter to you. Joe Biden, how big of a threat do you believe that he is to President Trump? And you have this crowded Democratic field. We will take your calls on that. And again, going over the president's talk with our own Sean Hannity last night, a lot was covered. But the president not holding back on particular issues.
I see where President Putin in Russia made the statement that it's great to be able to help us with Kim Jong-un and North Korea. We want to get rid of the nuclear weapons. We all have to Russia has to get rid of them, and China has to get rid of them.
And it goes on and on. Now, you think about this. How in the world will the president work that deal out? Now, his critics will have an issue with him. But here you have the president saying whatever it takes on FISA.
Everything's going to be declassified, and much more than what you just mentioned. It'll all be declassified, and I'm glad I waited because I thought that maybe they would obstruct if I did it early, and I think I was right. So I'm glad I waited, and now the Attorney General can take a very strong look at whatever it is.
And there we have it, 580-5436, 580-KIDO. There you have the president making his case. And it's not too early to talk about re-election. When we're thinking about this, with the president going on and on and on about that, again, Joe Biden saying, look, I'm going to be the next president of the United States. Can you imagine picking between 20 candidates? That's got to be amazing when you think about this, when you think about this issue in dealing with the next leader of the free world and whether or not it will be Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, or others. So we've got that going on today. We've got Eagle High School going on, and we're just getting started here at 580-5436, 580-KIDO. And other news of the day, when we're taking a look at local issues, we were talking a little bit about, this issue involving growth. And I had a little fun yesterday, and I'm going to share it with you. But first, let's go to Liberty Linda, who joins us now. Liberty Linda, good morning. You're on KIDO Talk Radio from Eagle High School. Hello, Liberty Linda.
Good morning. Kevin, no. I didn't mean Joe Biden would win over President Trump. I was saying Joe Biden will win for the Democratic Party. I think he's going to be the top one in the end for them, but President Trump will win the election for president again, I believe. And, I am 100% behind or for President Trump. So I couldn't believe you said that this morning. I apologize if that's what it sounded like I meant.
I don't know about that, Liberty Linda. I thought that you for sure said that Joe Biden was going to win.
Well, I meant for the Democratic Party.
Right?
You know I love our president. He's number one. In fact, I think we should go out and start working for him right away. Joe Biden, well, let me ask you this question. Do you think Joe Biden would be a 40-watt bulb or a 60-watt bulb in accordance to President Trump?
Well, nobody can compete with the president when it comes to getting people's attention.
I know. I was just meaning what Sean Hannity, what the president said. He's not the lightest. He's not the, how did he put it? He's not the brightest bulb in the bunch. I think that's what the president said on Sean Hannity last night. So I put Joe Biden as a 40-watt bulb.
A 40-watt bulb. Now, what do you make of 20 candidates, though?
Oh, that's what I was saying the other day, They're not really even socialists. I think they're communists. And we think, what's going on in our country? Are they all mad? This is the United States of America, We had the greatest founding fathers that ever have been in this world, and our Constitution and everything they give us. And now today, we're wondering what world we live in. Did we go to a different world or something just recently? That's what I'm saying. We're scratching our head wondering, what in the world is going on? This doesn't look like our United States.
So you believe, though, that Joe Biden will win the nomination?
I believe for the Democrat Party to run up against our President Trump. I don't think any of them on the Democratic side should win or should even run for president. I don't think that they understand what the United States is. And so I don't think any of them on the Democratic side should win anything. But I think amongst them all, to say Joe Biden is the most conservative amongst them is really saying something. But you know what I'm saying? And he was with Obama as well. So, none of them on the Democratic side, I think, should win. President Trump has done more for our country than I think you can go all the way back to our founding father, for George Washington. He's wonderful. He's absolutely wonderful for everyone here. So, absolutely, Donald Trump will win. And but amongst the Democrats, Joe Biden will probably be the one that will go up against our president. That's what I see now. So anyway, yeah, and I would say he's probably a 40-watt bulb at that.
Well, Liberty Linda, thank you for the call, and thank you for listening this morning from Eagle High School.
Thank you, Kevin. I love Eagle High School. Thank you.
You have a great day. You're listening to Kevin Miller, KIDO Talk Radio, 107.5 FM, 580 AM. Good morning, Maggie.
Buy you a diamond ring, my friend, if it makes you feel alright. Get you anything, my friend, if it makes you feel alright. 'Cause I don't care too much for money, 'cause money can't buy me love.
I'll give you all I've got to give if you say you love me too. I may not have a lot to give, but what I got I'll give to you. I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love.
Can't buy me love. Oh. Everybody tells me so. Can't buy me love. Oh. No, 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 no. Say you don't need no diamond rings and I'll be satisfied. Tell me that you want the kind of things that money just can't buy. I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love.
All right, thank you very much. Kevin Miller in the morning here. Thanks to Cap Ed Credit Union, Team Mazda Subaru. That is Premium Blend from Eagle High School. Thank them also very much for waking up early in the morning. KIDO Talk Radio, your home for Fox News on the radio, live to London, England. Fox News Radio, Simon Owen. How about that, Simon? Some premium blend for you this morning.
Morning, Kevin. Beautiful.
Here we are at a high school in Eagle, Idaho, having a good time. Let's talk about, well, this issue involving Britain considering what role a Chinese tech firm might have played in building new telecom infrastructures around the world. Now, apparently, the United States warns the company should be shut out. Your thoughts?
Well, this is all about the development of 5G wireless technology, the fifth generation of wireless data communication networks, and the race among world powers to build those networks. So today, 4G or LTE is very common. Before that, there was 3G and so on. But the difference with 5G is we have so much technology at our fingertips today, and it offers such improved speeds that 5G is expected to be a really notable tech upgrade that will allow all sorts of inventions like self-driving cars to really come into their own. So countries around the world are in the process of deciding how they are going to build the networks that they each need to construct to use this technology. And one of the world leaders in 5G tech, well, the world leader, is China, specifically the Chinese firm Huawei. American firms are working on this as well, but China is way ahead at this stage. And Huawei has been touting for business around the world. It has a good contract. It's believed to be offering attractive prices. But with Huawei, there is always a question about security. Specifically, could the Chinese government access these networks going forward? Huawei says there is no risk. But as you say, the US has already banned it from government work, said the risk is too great. Here in Europe, though, there is now a bit of a tussle going on because the Trump administration is lobbying hard for American allies to shut Huawei out, as it has. But Germany has already said it will allow Huawei to bid for government work, and now the UK looks set to do the same. There was a leak about this earlier this week. The government here is saying it hasn't yet made a decision, but all the whispers are that actually Britain is ready to go ahead and say that Huawei can work on this thing.
Well, Simon, to be continued, and I know I'm glad you've mentioned the name of the country or the company. I can't even attempt to announce it, but that is a concern, the partnership between corporations and the government of China, and just how influential getting in and then creating these 5G networks will allow China to have influence not only throughout Europe, but Central and South America as well.
Yeah, well, Huawei's always made the argument that it is a private company. It says it has no links to the Chinese government, and it operates like any other international company. And that's the situation. But there are concerns that that's not necessarily the case, or certainly wouldn't potentially be the case going forward. And Mike Pence, the vice president, was over in Germany in February, and he said that having Chinese tech in European networks would be bad news for transatlantic cooperation. He said, quote, "We cannot ensure the defense of the West if our allies grow dependent on the East." There is, though, a middle way, we think, here, because Britain's Secretary of State for Digital, a man called Jeremy Wright, has been saying that you have to be realistic, that there are very few players in the 5G market, and Huawei is a significant player. He said it's not realistic to try and eliminate all Chinese equipment from UK telecom systems. So the suggestion is what Britain might do is say that Huawei can bid to be involved in what they call non-core parts of the 5G network, so areas where it's not considered security critical. Then Huawei would be able to use its expertise, and Britain would be able to get the potentially quite attractive prices that come with that. And actually, the soundings from the Trump administration seem to be that might be an acceptable compromise, that they might be okay with that as long as Huawei is kept out of the really central critical stuff.
Simon, we appreciate it, and we'll watch out for Huawei.
That's your position, Kevin. You can take that one.
Simon, you have a great day. Appreciate you, brother.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Once again, KIDO Talk Radio, Kevin Miller in the morning, promoting our school, securing our future. Anna Bemis joining us. It's you're a wily veteran of these Promote Our School broadcasts. I can remember your first one. So, it seems like yesterday.
Oh, yes. Now I'm definitely not a rookie anymore.
You're not a rookie. You're ready to go. You've got your Eagle High School gear on. Let's talk a little bit about preparing kids for life after high school. Everybody always says, Well, what's the return on investment in schools? I'm sure you've never heard that before in your life. How's Eagle High preparing kids for the future?
Well, right now, I mean, we have 450 seniors that are about to graduate, go out into the world, and, in the next literally 18 days, they're going to be leaving here. And so one of the big things here is making sure we start with them, when they're freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors, getting them prepared for all the things that are going on out in the world. Definitely researching all the different job prospects, all the different following where all the different majors are going, but also making sure that these students understand like their investment in college is, being financially savvy, taking out loans, what is this going to look like? A lot of students don't have that financial literacy basically. And so that's one of the big things I've been really trying to advocate for them is you're going to have to pay this off at some point.
Right.
And, grants are great, free money, scholarships are great. So a lot goes into just a lot of education. And
well, a lot of us adults don't have the financial literacy
True.
still.
Yes.
We'll talk a little bit about the military and alternatives to going to college, trades and such. But before that, when you come into Eagle High School, we had our setup team come in, and they were really blown away by the acceptance letters that were on the walls for the kids here getting into colleges. If you could describe that for us, and why is that important to put those on the halls?
One of the big things we do at Eagle High School is we actually put on an academic signing day here. And so in May 7th, we will actually highlight all of our students and where they're going to college out in Thunder Stadium. And so one of the ways that we like to just sort of in our college hall promote where students are going, and really, it's a way for our students to show off all of their hard work and promote all the different colleges that they're going to go to. And I think it's really exciting for our students who've worked super hard to be able to sort of turn in this letter. It's really their accomplishments, and it's great for us to highlight that and really motivate our, lower classmen to see where, I can do this too. I know that students are going to these colleges. I can also go there.
What about folks that may not want to go to college? Trades are booming. I mean,
Definitely.
Try and find a contractor these days.
Yeah, I actually just spent last Friday out at the Northwest Lineman College, on your way out to CUNA. And
hold on, by the way, for people that aren't familiar with that, you'll have to describe it because it's one of the more unique educational experiences in the country.
Definitely. I mean, these students will spend 15 weeks at a trade school and come out, go do an apprenticeship at a lineman. So they're learning how to install, in the ground electricity to poles, do bucket.
Well, they're learning how to climb the pole.
Yeah, that's actually one of the first things they said. That the first week, they actually have to test these students out to make sure that they aren't, don't have any fears with height, or else that's not going to be a good job for them.
Sure. We kind of joke about this, Anna, but, that's a dangerous job.
Very dangerous.
Dealing with the electricity. I mean, look, I've been shocked a few times.
Definitely.
Nobody likes to be shocked. But that's so you've been doing some research.
Yeah, and that's one of the cool things about my job is I get to go out and, see what these local colleges offer for our students. And, out there in CUNA, there's this college that the investment for our students and the return on them, in less than 3 months after getting out of college, they can pay off that loan because they're coming out and being picked up all over the nation and making over $80,000 a year. $
80,000. You see, I got a few of our crew that could use some training in that realm.
We were just listening, telecom. They are just opening up a new telecom portion of their program, which is huge now.
Right.
And that's just going to be booming.
Right in CUNA, Idaho.
Yeah, and they have basically a 99% job placement because they're literally at their 14th week and getting picked up by a company and getting shipped off to wherever in the country to be working.
Sure. So that's one avenue of trade success outside of college. What about the influx of people moving into the Treasure Valley? Let's say we have folks coming in from out of state. Their kids are going to start school maybe next year. What would you say about Eagle High School and the West Ada District?
So one of the cool things about our school is that we have our career technical education program already in-house. So we have, I don't know if you've spent any time at Meridian High, over at Renaissance. Our students are graduating here with their CNA, pharmacy tech, auto tech, welding. They're going into engineering, fire placement. I mean, the things and the opportunity these students have it is remarkable. So we get to promote those programs, and it's very nice that we do live in a, sort of a more densely populated area where I know in rural Idaho, they don't have those opportunities.
Sure.
And our students are literally graduating. So what we say is career technical ready. You could leave high school, have your certificate, and go right into working, which is a lot of our students are really interested in that. They're not ready to go to the 4-year college, or they know that this is just sort of a stepping stone to where they want to go.
Yeah. Quite a responsibility.
It is, yeah. And the nice thing is I think that we start them young enough that if they do get down that road and they go down to a program but realize they're really not passionate about it, they've explored that, and then they can come back and dial in. They haven't gone and invested thousands of dollars into a college program that really they didn't want to go down.
Well, and that is such a concern, student loan debt.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you'd like to share with us?
No, if you guys are all welcome to come here May 7th.
How about my
academic
field
signing
producers?
day.
Can we bring them back? They need some remedial
My
training.
office is literally right across the way. Come on over. We can do some assessments, see sort of some of your skills.
Yeah,
Check out your resumes.
See
Let's
if they
do
can
it.
stay awake. Yes. That's more about the quality of the host than anything else. Thank you, Ann. Appreciate you getting up so early.
Of course. Yep, I'm here. Yep, for you guys. Thank
All right,
you.
Thank you. Kevin Miller in the morning here, KIDO Talk Radio. I want to thank CapEd Credit Union, Team Mazda Subaru, and the folks at Eagle High School. Coming up, you'll hear more of Premium Blend. You'll hear some other folks. And when we talk about the kids of our community, it's so wonderful that we have the music this morning. No bumper music. It will be provided live by our friends here at Eagle High School. Coming up next, we'll talk growth in the Treasure Valley. How about this? Crazy, wacky, we'll even say liberal, Kevin Miller. How about a moratorium on growth? That'll stop it, right? You're listening to Kevin Miller on your home for Hannity, KIDO Talk Radio. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Our great friends, Premium Blend, joining us this morning from Eagle High School. Kevin Miller in the morning, promoting our schools, securing our future. So our top story, Joe Biden launching his 2020 presidential bid. Also coming up, a major study debunks the myth that moderate drinking can be healthy, right? So we'll talk a little bit about that. Share your thoughts at 580-5436, 580-KIDO. Here's something else that is interesting. Looking at our news partners website, Channel 7, and a few years ago, many years ago, they did this hour town hall meeting, and here's the question. As you're going into work today, is the Treasure Valley ready for the massive population growth expected by 2040? Now, everybody that talks about 2040, for me personally, I'm more worried about 2020, 2019, 2025, and everything else. And this is something that you can ask yourself as you're driving in, listening to this very radio station, when you're thinking about, are we ready for 2040? Heck, we're not ready for 2020. The lead on this story, with tens of thousands of new residents moving in to the Treasure Valley each year, we've got a booming housing market, skyrocketing home prices, and increased heavy traffic on the roads. Idaho's biggest metropolitan area is experiencing some extreme growing pains. From our friend Mark Johnson there at Channel 7. Mark does an outstanding job. We've been detailing this, myself and Dave Petzo, for many, many years. And, obviously there has to be somebody accountable for this. We have the state government the state folks. We've got the Ada Planning Association. We have Compass. We have all these other entities, but I don't think that Compass can actually budget new roads and such. So for entertainment purposes only, and I really didn't get a chance to get into this yesterday, but maybe we could do this throughout the morning since we're here at Eagle High School, having a good time, promoting our school, securing our future. Why not put a moratorium on growth? Kevin, that would drive away business. It would destroy the home builders. Really? Well, the home builders are making a lot of money, and look, we love private enterprise, but the idea of we don't have enough infrastructure to handle what we have now. By the way, that's not an idea that's actually going on, right? Think about this as you're stuck in traffic right now. And I don't know what we can do. I don't know if we have a special traffic police, if you will. I mean, we have the crazy tailgaters. We have people that go speed. We have this, that, and the other. And then we just have slow roll. Wasn't that way always. According to Compass from our friends at Channel 7 here on KIDO Talk Radio, the population density of the area had the valley's population at, just under 600,000 in 2010. Now, updated data, the current valley-wide population is over 700,000. Where are we going to put these people? Now, we're talking 2040 is over 1 million, with 30 to 40 people per acre living in the pockets in Meridian and Boise. I think it's going to be more like Meridian to Nampa is where the growth is, because that's where everybody wants to live. You live in Boise, it's very dense, very condensed, very overtaxed. You come here to Eagle, Idaho, Star, Idaho, Canyon County, you get out, you breathe a little. Of course, then you have that longer commute. We'll talk more about that in a minute. KIDO Talk Radio, promoting our school, securing our future, live from Eagle High School. Speaking of traffic and weather, let's get you to work safely and on time. Good morning, Dave.